Hello students, welcome to Engineering Projects in Community Service. Myself Ramu Kandregula, Assistant Professor in the Department of SEER VIIT. Today's topic is Introduction to Epics and Case Studies. Before proceeding with the lecture, let's read this quote. Learners of all ages are more motivated when they can see the usefulness of what they are learning and when they can use that information to do something that has an impact on others, especially in their local community. These words are said by Bransford, who is the author for the book How People Learn. These words are apt for the EPICS course. EPICS course gives an opportunity to implement or apply the knowledge we learned in engineering and which will benefit the society or the community where we are living. Let me welcome you to the lecture 2, that is Introduction to Epics and Case Studies. In today's lecture, we will learn about epics and we will learn some learning methodologies or pedagogies. We will look into epics outcomes. We will understand various project areas like type of projects made under epics program. We will see some sample projects or projects made by Purdue University, and we will also look into some case studies or some projects designed and developed for the community benefit. The lecture outcomes are, upon completion of this lecture, students will able to understand the importance of engineering projects in community service, and students will learn various initiatives made by multiple institutions and organizations to solve social problem or to benefit the communities. Let's understand what is EPICS is. EPICS is a service learning program in which team of students partner with local and global communities to address human, community and environmental needs by designing and developing projects. So simply EPICS is a service learning program. That means it is intended to do the service, along with that learning is also a byproduct. EPICS mainly aims to solve problems faced by different communities or societies and environmental needs. In a way, EPICS is real design for real people. EPICS is all about making a difference in the society. So this program called EPICS is first initiated by Purdue University in the year 1995. From then, Purdue University implementing this course very effectively, and till now they have made hundreds of socially relevant projects which have created huge impact in the society. Let's understand EPICS outcomes. Upon completion of this course, the understanding level of students will be increased. Let's understand the EPICS outcomes. Upon completion of this course, students will understand the role of engineering in social context, and students will understand the application of engineering in design of different products. Students will understand design as a start to finish process, because any community project, when it's initiated from the scratch to the finished product, so we need to design. So in this context, students will understand design as start to finish process. Students will recognize the functioning of multidisciplinary, or they will identify the importance of multiple engineering disciplines knowledge for the development of a project. In the project, students will learn effective communication, because they need to communicate with different types of audience. They need to talk with the communities or NGOs or designers or manufacturers and etc. And finally, students will get awareness about professional ethics and responsibility towards society. So these are the EPICS outcomes. Let's understand why the EPICS are needed or how this EPICS came into picture, or we will look into the opportunity for EPICS. On my left hand, I placed educational or industrial enterprises. On the right hand, we can see different types of underserved people. So if you understand the needs of the society or the needs of underserved people, offer opportunities for creating different projects by educational institutions or industrial expertises. So in a way we can say that the project ideas all we need to gather from the needs of underserved people. So once these projects or solutions develop, the solutions must improve the lives of fellow citizens or the lives of the community we are addressing, or for the community we are developing a project. Let's understand some learning pedagogies. Let's understand some learning methodologies. Let's talk about active learning. Active learning means it is a learning process by the involvement or experience of students. So EPICS is a course which provides active learning to the students. And let's understand about other kinds of learning methodologies such as inquiry based learning, problem based learning, design and education, project based learning, and finally service learning. As part of the EPICS course, students need to interact with the local communities or the communities which were facing a problems. So while interacting with these communities, students will get inquiry based learning. Initially they will ask different types of questions to these villages or communities, and they themselves trying to find the answers. So that process is called inquiry based learning. Next, they will come to a conclusion of a particular problem. Let's say air pollution is a particular problem. So then to solve the problem of air pollution, students will use that as a tool to learn different types of solutions or different types of remedies to combat air pollutions. So in that aspect, EPICS will also support problem based learning. And once they decided to create a particular project, any project need the design and education. So any project need design information. So in a way, so design and education is also will be learned by the students in this course. After that, project based learning. Students are supposed to create a real time project for the benefit of communities. So in a way, to create the project, in the process, students need to learn different engineering disciplines knowledge or different types of skills they need to inculcate for the successful completion of the project. And these projects need to be served to the community, and in the future if any support is needed will also need to be provided by the students. So in a way, EPICS course promotes all kinds of learnings, whether it is inquiry based learning, problem based learning, design and education, project based learning, and finally service learning. The same concept I kept it in different context. So in the vertical columns we can see EPICS need interdisciplinary knowledge from different departments. EPICS, they need the information from local and global communities for a particular project to be designed. And EPICS benefit the students as it's part of institutional curriculum and culture. EPICS also includes service learning, design education we just seen, and it is also as part of this program students will understand how to manage a project also, and they will tie up with different communities for the successful completion of the project. Let's understand why to do a community project. So any real-time project offers the following advantages. First thing, it gives a scope for the student to make the product from the start to finish. So from the inquiry from the customers or users to the final delivery of the project. So every aspect need to taken care by the team or particular students. So it also involves problem identification and specifications. In the process, design and coding standards need to be followed. As it's a real-time project, rigorous testing also need to be done. Projects need to be maintained on the grounds of reliability and maintainability. As it's a real-time project, again, students need to take care about the safety standards. Finally, the accountability of its working will be on the shoulders of the students. And finally, the pride of creation a new project or the satisfaction for completing project is the important thing. So a real-time project definitely is more valuable, and real-time projects teaches you much more than an academic project. Now let's understand what are the major areas in which the EPICS projects were made by Purdue University. In the Purdue University, they have categorized project into 4 types. First one is human services, second environment, third access and abilities, fourth category is education and outreach. We will learn about these types and we will look into some of the projects made by Purdue University under these categories. Under human services, students at Purdue University created a flash food app as part of this program. So they have created an app to link the restaurants and community service organizations such that whenever there is a surplus amount of food at restaurants, so these food, students at Purdue University have created an app called Flash Food. So the app's objective is to link restaurants and community service organizations. Whenever there is food left over at a restaurant, so immediately the restaurant owners keep that information into this Flash Food app such that the information will be immediately shared to different community service organizations. So these organizations immediately make a pickup and they will distribute the food to the needy people. And different customized software solutions also created by EPIC students for different NGOs. And projects like disaster relief home designs were made by students, and chemical sensing devices for local drug enforcement agencies also created. As part of this program, especially in the countries like India and Haiti, so EPIC students have visited these places and they have designed energy efficient and sustainable homes. So in this slide we can able to view on the top, we can see the chemical sensing equipment, especially to help and protect local law enforcement. And then in the bottom image you can able to identify a home which is energy efficient home. And as part of these programs, these EPIC students have trained local construction managers for building energy efficient homes. Next category of EPICS project is environment. So some projects like campus and neighborhood sustainability and sensor networks to monitor pollution, and some other projects like water filtration projects for developing countries, and recycling and sustainability are the examples of projects created in this category. In this slide also we can see some other projects like creating alternative energy sources, and especially in Colombia, EPIC students created solar power system and different water conservation methods for local and global communities, and green roof systems all are some of the examples for projects created by Purdue University students. Next we are looking into the category. Now we are looking into the category of access and abilities. As part of this category, devices increase the safety and efficiency of employees with disabilities, as we can see in this image. And activities created for especially specially able children for their improvement in learning skills, and also creation of soapbox debris carts for kids with disabilities. These are some of the sample projects. Now we can see in this image the first one, Speakall, is an app created in the platform of Mac systems, and this was created by Purdue University. This will help specially able children or children with autism to improve their learning skills. Some other projects created custom prosthetic legs for a particularly abled persons, and they also made these soapbox debris carts. Now we are into the last category of projects, that is education and outreach. As part of the EPICS programs, the students have partnered with local K to K-12 schools, nothing but kindergarten to 12th standard schools. So they have created special devices or interactive devices and software to enhance their learning, supporting different types of schools. And they also tied up with different types of zoos and museums, and again creating some interactive systems or special softwares for presenting the world artifacts. Some other projects also include like creation of electric vehicles for children. So as a summary, EPICS projects need to help the communities. One way it is directly helping a particular society of people, that is comes under human services. Second, environment means anything which either conserve waters or save energy or creating alternative sources of energy or combating any kinds of pollution. All these projects comes under environment. Next, special devices for specially abled people will comes under access and abilities. And last, any project which improves the learning skills for specialized study projects all comes under education and outreach. Now we will look into some other case studies which were not developed by Purdue University. Of course, they are so effective. Let's have a look at them. Let's understand collection of water is one of the daily activities of women in many parts of in India, even in the world also. Especially this is quite common task for all the developing nations. As part of collecting water, the women need to daily walk for miles of distance, and they need to carry this weight of maximum around 20 liters of water on their heads. This work is really tiresome, and in this task not only women, even children are also highly involved, and so they are losing their effective time either for education or for their. So even till date, many parts of the world, every day they are carrying lots of water. Even in today's world, there are many people in different parts of the world are carrying water manually. Now, a solution is created by two design engineers, Padger and Jonker, who are originally from South Africa. They have created a design called Hippo Water Roller. The construction is very simple. The construction is very simple. It's a hollow tube, or in a way we can say it's a drum inside which can be filled with water. So this idea is so simple and so effective. So initially created in South Africa, and it was funded and it was distributed to the local communities, and many people start getting benefits from this project. The same project is also introduced in India in the name of water wheels. So now they don't need to carry huge amounts of water on their head. They can simply carry the water by simply rolling it. So now even for children also, children also can carry huge amounts of water. So each tank occupies 90 liter water, and as the task is simple, now students or children can able to bring water at a fast rate such that it was time saving and it is very effortless. There are some extensions also made. It can be attached to a bicycle and with much more ease we can carry the water. For his contribution, the foundation of this water roller, Hippo water roller, Mr. Grant Gibbs have achieved an award, Innovator of the Year award in 2018 for his contribution for Hippo roller. Now we are going to talk about another marvelous innovation or a community project. Now let's understand how a manual pole climbing happening, just as seen in the picture. Now we are going to talk about another innovative project. Before that, let's see from the picture how manual climbing happening. So especially for electrical poles. So for that, the person need to have very good strength both in his legs and hands, and he should not miss the balance, otherwise it will lead to accidents. Now if you see in the images, so this is a innovative pole climbing shoes. It's a simple structure, a steel structure attached with a normal chappals. Now observe how they are effective. So with this help of pole climbing shoes, any electrician or anybody without experience, they can simply climb a pole with complete safety. At a time, the total weight can be balanced by a single leg, and the design is such a way that it will self-lock the system. So these shoes were invented by an electrician named Tirupati Rao. So he is the inventor for this innovative pole climbing shoes. So these were invented by Tirupati Rao, an electrician, and he is the inventor of innovative pole climbing shoes, and he won National Societal Innovation Award in the year 2018 for his simple design but yet so effective. Next we are talking about another device that is called snake repellent. So that means a device which avoids snakes or which prevents snakes to enter to that particular area. Of course, these snake repellents are developed all over the world. But let's understand the importance of these snake repellents. A study estimates only in India per year average of 58,000 people are dying because of snake bites, and in the world it will be much more. On the other side of the coin, so there are many snakes are also being killed by the farmers or villagers in the fear because of humans or farmers. So to benefit both of them, this invention of solar snake guard will be used. So this snake guard in India is developed by Vedobroto Rai. He is the founder of Prasadam Industries, especially for agriculture related products. So this invention is so effective. It will take the energy from the sun, and because of a battery, and it will create ultrasonic sound waves such that the snakes will avoid these waves, and the perimeter of 50 meters, in the range of 50 meters, the snakes will generally avoid. So the Indian inventor who has created additional handle for this snake repellent such a way that these guard generally taken to the farms by the villagers, and they can simply stick into at a place and they can work safely. While returning back to their home, they can simply collect this snake repellent. So with this, the solution is the farmers no need to get feared or worried about snakes anymore, and on the other hand, snakes simply avoid the area and thereby there are least chances that they are getting killed. Now we are looking into another innovative project made by Professor Vikram Panchal. He is the head designer of National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad. So he created a mechanism or supporting mechanism such a way that the daily wage laborers, especially in the field of construction or food industries or in the agriculture markets. So this device gives additional support to the person and which reduces any kinds of injuries. So his design is simple and it can be with by simply changing different knobs. It can be converted into three variants, either to take loads on the head or on the shoulder, or simply carrying or pushing the loads from one place to the other place. And for his innovation in the year 2011, Professor also achieved an award called Core 77 Design Awards. We can clearly see the usage of these load carrier in the pictures. Now we are talking about another innovative invention. Before that, let's understand the process of paddy threshing. Threshing means simply separating the grains from the paddy. So you can able to observe the farmers used to use the manual force by simply hitting onto a kind of hard objects, either on a trunk or kind of a wooden table or even around sticks or drums. So in this process they need to apply huge amounts of forces and it strain them quite quickly, and it's not that so effective. To simplify this process, the students of Vivekananda Parvatiya Krishi Anusandhan Samsthan, it's an institute in Almora, Uttarakhand. They have designed and developed pedal operated thresher. So you can see in the image, this is a pedal. By simply applying the force on this pedal, so because of this gear mechanism, this pedal will continuously rotate such a way that by simply placing the grains here, they will get separated. So this is very effective process and their job is done by 5 times. So this pedal operated thresher is much more effective, and one man can do the job of some 5 to 10 people. Now we are talking about another concept or method created by sustainable development engineers. They have created an underground water recharge shaft. So the name indicates it is to improve the underground water levels, especially in the rainy seasons. So they have created a particular construction mechanism such a way that the water level, the rainwater will continuously get into the underground. It will improve the level of water. The design is so simple but very effective. So this recharge shaft is developed by Institute of Sustainable Development, which is located in Tamil Nadu. They have designed this recharge shaft. Okay, now let's understand there are many slums in India and all over the world also. Now we are talking about a slum Andheri in Mumbai. So if you look at the image, all these houses are very closely packed, and if you get into any house even in daytimes, you don't get enough sunlight. So it was very dark, and so these homes are very dark. Even in daytimes, it's hard to do our daily tasks. As it's a slum, it's a poor area, and many of the houses did not have enough electricity facilities. They work in kerosene lights or candle lights. To solve this problem, an innovator who has created a simple solution to solve this problem, that is called solar water bottle bulb. He named it so simply. So it's all require a clean water bottle, and it should be filled with water, and to the water 2 spoons of bleaching powder need to be added, and it should fit in this fashion. Okay, now in the image you can see the same setup need to be fixed on the top of the each house, such a way that it absorbs the sunlight and the sunlight will be refracted into the room in this way, such a way that even the dark houses turned into kind of glowing houses in the daytime. So Mr. Alfred Moser, he is the inventor of this simple innovation. So he is basically a Brazilian mechanic. He is not an engineer by profession, but he is a mechanic. But at he invented this amazing idea. So as it's invented in 2002, but of course Mr. Ilac Diaz, he has taken up this idea in the year 2006. Basically he is a Filipinese and he has widespread this idea, and he has created various workshops and he has taught to various students such a way that these teenagers or youth take this idea to the rural most possible villages also. So for his contributions, Mr. Ilac Diaz has received many awards. For his workshops conducted, Mr. Ilac Diaz also got a Guinness World Records also. Now the same concept is also used to provide light even in the night times also. So for that you just simply need a solar panel and chargeable batteries, a PVC pipe, LED lights, and a simple bottle filled with water. The same concept, but only concept is the solar panel will absorb the light in the morning and it will store it in the batteries. These batteries will charge the LEDs throughout the night. This concept is named as liter of light. So these created huge impact on the rural most villages. Now currently this idea widespread to almost 20 countries, and over million of people have used this idea. We are talking about especially about Philippines. In the initial 1 month, early months itself, 15,000 solar water bulbs are installed. Currently, only in Philippines, almost 3,53,000 these solar lights were created in the Philippines itself. So all over the world, it reached 1 million bulbs. Next, we are seeing about another project that is called manual seeder machine. Of course, it is not created by an institute. It was created by a Kisan Craft Limited. It's a private company. They have created this innovation to benefit the society. Okay, the concept is simple. So you just need to fill this hollow portion with any kinds of seeds. Okay, so this is the full structure of the machine, and the farmer just need to press it onto the ground such that it creates a hole, and it will drop the seed and it will cover the sand again up, such a way that the planting process happening at a very rapid rate. These can be used to wide range of seeds, sesame seeds or even corn, etc. can be used with this machine. And lastly, we are looking at about another seed planter machine. This was created by Gandhinagar Institute of Technology. So the concept is simple. It's also have a hooper in which they can keep the seeds, and by simply rolling this trolley, because of the mechanism, so these spikes create the holes, and exactly onto the same location the seeds will be dropped, the seeding process will be completed. So so till now we have seen different case studies of different social inventions. They are very simple, yet their impact is very profound. Similar projects can be made in our EPICS course as well, especially for the concept of benefiting a community. So EPICS is all about engineering projects in community service. So the project idea can be simple, but the impact should be larger to the community. So thank you all. In the next class, we will learn about the concepts of design thinking.